How's it going? How's everyone doing? Not many days left of Unreal Bjorn round 1. You got today and 3 more days. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. How will you survive? That is the question. The pressure is on. But, hey Zelin, how's it going? How are you, good sir? What should I draw today? Anything goes. No category whatsoever. Let's go back to full-on random topic. Pressure is on indeed, Zelin. Hey, Rollomancer, and Bruno Romanos is back. How's it going? So, what should I draw? Anything goes. And I'll roll the dice and we'll find out. I'm open for suggestions. It's I was I've been thinking a lot about, you know, like Unreal Bjorn, the stream, and things like that, trying to kind of make sense out of it. And I've been lost in thoughts a lot lately. Rollomancer suggests the Leviathan. The Leviathan. We're gonna go with the Leviathan. The Leviathan, if that's the way it spells. It doesn't feel right, but I might be wrong. Who knows, right? Where am I? There. Okay, time is on. The Leviathan. The Leviathan is a sea monster, right? Type Godzilla. How can that be a cool picture? Let's go super widescreen. There we go. Oh, you won't even be able to see full widescreen. If I keep it there, kind of, you'll see it. All right, let's do it. All right. Okay. Okay. Relax. Okay. So in my mind, I saw like a massive snake. And the snake is kind of coming towards us. I know probably because I'm using the word snake. It's now not the Leviathan. But screw it. I'm going for it. Widescreen warm up. Oh yeah, we are in modern technology today. No. I did not want to load help. So, as I was saying, I was been thinking about like the stream and you know, like how and what if you think about sea serpent, snake, same thing, yeah. If you think about warm up, if you want to think about it this way, that is, as a product, You know, what would that product be? If you wouldn't mind humoring me in answering, if you would have to categorize this stream as a product, you know, or as a thing, try to label it. Rather, probably is a better choice of words. If you would have to label it, how would you label this stream and the things that are connected with it? You know, like the Discord, the competitions, the feedback, and so on. What would be the label you'd give it? You know, I know it's a little bit super weird, vague question to ask, and it's not an easy thing to answer. But if you would humor me and try to label it, because me myself, I see it in one specific way, and I'm quite sure that majority of you don't see it the same way, because I am first of all the creator of it, right? So I'm not really enjoying the ride, as in you know, I'm the driver. Zealin says this stream is my compass in one word. The consistency, the constant reminder and example. That's an interesting point. So it's like I guess a measuring tape of sorts for you. If that's a correct way of simplifying what you're trying to say. That you know and get reminded of what is required. I guess I don't want to put words in your mouth. Rollomancer, for you, it's a launch pad of sorts. That's interesting, Rollomancer. Would you mind elaborating on that? That's an interesting way of putting it, and I'm not sure. I mean, I have an interpretation of what that means, but because you did it in such a, you know, selective way, it's a little bit vague in knowing and understanding what you actually mean about that. So I mean, this is in no means me wanting pats on my shoulder. I'm curious about the public impression of this whole thing, if that makes sense. You know, I don't care if it's good or negative. In that sense, I'm not fishing for compliments. You know, I'm more interested in just in the. You might as well say you're an idiot, and I would be like, oh, that's cool, that is interesting. Why do you say that? Hey Mel, hey Leonard Bialy. How's it going? Oftentimes you saved me from straying of the path. That's interesting. Why do you reckon that? I mean, that could be definitely an interesting point of view in terms of usage of the stream, you know, in that sense. Hey Morphia. How's it going? I think now you are fire, Morphia, and Captain Boss, he's the one-man wolf pack. Oh, that is set in stone. And Bruno Romanos is the Latin lover of Bruno Romanos. You know, I never say thank you call out person that hits follow because I appreciate it, but I can't sit and comment constantly. But I do hope that and whoever do decides to follow understand that I do appreciate it and it does make a big difference and I do enjoy the support. It's amazing you have the intro. It is like a fighter, Street Fighter game. Everyone have their own unique intro. So I, for those who kind of dropping in now, I'm kind of asking what you think about this stream. Again, I'll prefix it that I'm not looking for compliments. Um, I'm not looking for having my shoulder patted. I'm more interested in terms of what's your impression of this platform in sense of the forum, the competition, the Discord, so on. You know, how do you see it? Do you see it as you know, if you would label it kind of maybe one way of what am I asking is if you would see it as a product, what would it be? Like Zealin mentioned, it's like a compass that helps Zealin understand the path he needs to take, right? That's fascinating. And Rollomancer mentioned it's a launch pad, which I don't really understand what Rollomancer mean. I can kind of understand it, what my interpretation of that is, but I'm more interested in, you know, understanding if I understand what the public perception is, I have a bigger ability to understand where it's going. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna listen to you as being, you know, in the terms of being the rudder of what I'm doing, but also, of course, you know, if you guys see it as a great way of learning tricks, you know, or you know whatever, then I know that okay, that seems to be why a majority of people come, or if it's fun, all right, then maybe I could make it more fun, or you know, things like that, right? I know because I am in the driving seat where I would like to take this channel and the associated services with it in terms of, you know, Discord and all these things. But it's you could consider this as like a survey, I guess. Morphia, the beacon of hope. Okay, that's interesting. Is the hope aspect in terms of putting less pressure on you, as in I mean, I could interpret what you mean by it, but I have no idea what you mean by beacon of hope. In terms of it shows that it's fun, or hope that I am shit and there's a hope for improvement. There's many possibilities of interpretation there. Severed. That's interesting. If you make it too much fun, it just doesn't get cool anymore, which is like a chill out fun. You have limits. All right. So according to you, then, this like the product of this stream would be um, a chill out stream. That's interesting to hear. That's cool. So it's more like a kind of like a relaxing thing, or a good background noise for you then. I think that would probably be true to a lot of people, that it's kind of like a stupid empty podcast. Oh man, I'm so kind to myself. Flooster background noise, right? That's interesting. Hey, Captain Boss, how's it going? Low life. I find it feeds creativity, induces incentive. All right, so it induces incentive to be creative, and that's cool. I mean, that's definitely one of the purposes of, for my personal end of why I do this stream, is to ideally induce creativity. That's interesting to read. Morphia, what you do is you improve on daily basis, right? So I take you with you, all right? So that's interesting. Hey, Pro42, how's it going? Flooster, you drink your morning coffee to this, and then you go do your shit. That's pretty cool. I'm paraphrasing you, by the way. To the record, Flooster did not use that foul language. Captain Bose, I'm Secret Man? No. What Miguel was talking about is the Nemesis challenge. If that's what you're talking about. But that's not a secret. I've been talking about it on stream, Captain Bose. Severed, you shouldn't have fun on the stream? No, obviously. I mean, obviously, I'm not doing it as a what's it called, deadpan serious stream. As if you've seen a few episodes, you'll know that some days I'm just being an idiot. But yeah, of course. I'm like I said, I am interested in seeing or hearing your point of view of this stream. Like I said, I have my own point of view because I'm in the driving seat, right? And I have zero ability to understand or know how you see it. So in a way, why I'm asking is like a survey, like a temperature gauge in terms of how you perceive that thing that I'm doing, right? Because I have a goal, I have a mission on my end, which I'm not saying publicly, generally, because it's not something that's like a goal, but there is a purpose behind it, right? I have mentioned it. I want to educate, I want to learn, I want to create a community and all these things. That's a given. And that's like the original and pure reason for this stream, right? Is to have a place for people to be creative in. But I would like, intriguing to hear what your impressions of it is, because you are on the outside, right? You are experiencing my intent, and however that is communicated to you, and whatever purpose or whatever use you find this stream is intriguing to me, and kind of like a opinion survey. Rita, so well, thank you. Benjeless. All right, so it's interesting that you hear an artist's point of view or process, like where they're breaking it down. So for you, your takeaway from this is actually informative, right? Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's interesting. Pro 42. I don't know what's happening with your neighbor, but hopefully no one is going to jail. Benchless. It's not really a chore. Like one of the reasons why I don't do it on every stream is because people would most likely get bored. And like, oh, shut up, you idiot. Stop talking every day about your process and why you're doing it. And it would also be very repetitive. You know. Severed, you see it as a window into someone's life, in this case their craft and how they go about it. That's interesting. So it's more of like it's not really any takeaway or use, but it's more like an insight of just peering into someone's head. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's definitely a thing. I can see that because I do not treat this channel as like an educational platform or this business, right? I just kind of sit and shoot the shit and have fun for half an hour. So that explains it a bit. So Bruno says educational, fun, and good energy art stream. All right, all right. Okay, I can see that point. I can see that, and as a as an what's it called? Impression. I can see that being. Yeah, the difference of trying to be fun though versus just being relaxed is that when you try being fun, I mean, if I would have it like a unique selling point, as in like I'm gonna up my fun with 10%. That's not gonna translate into fun. But I'm glad that you enjoy it because that means it is a lot more lighthearted than serious or drab, which is good. Which is one of the hopefully like one of the things I was hoping for is not to be boring. Because there's one of the reasons why I started streaming because there's a lot of half asleep people streaming. Pro 42. That sounds horrific. Just be careful with drunks. They have a irrational mind when they're under the influence, and a lot less control over their emotional response. I'm not saying to be afraid of him, but just be mindful that when you're drunk, the rationality is out the window. And there's a chance that he might or she might, I don't know the gender of your neighbor, act irrationally, lash out. I've been around a lot of drunk neighbors and drunk people. Captain Boss, the character for my Nemesis challenge, if I will finish it, no. I literally did it in a day. We had some like time at work to explore, and I rammed that in. I like the concept though. It's a fun concept. I think that it would translate really well animated. For the people who don't know, was this competition, right? The Nemesis art, the Nemesis art challenge between people, a couple of artists, and they're doing a character each, and they kind of challenge each other with it. So, for example, the competition, if I would have been in, which I originally should have been, like, they would need to do the opposite protagonist of this character or antagonist of this character. So you do first one character, and then the other artist will have to design something in the same space, but their own design that's opponent to this. So I did this sketch. It's not finished, but it was really good fun. Yeah, that's what Captain Boss is talking about. You think it's quite Morphia? You think it's educational, like professional art consulting? Right, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to help people with. And no, this is not an alien egg. It's water and a massive snake. I failed. Master, I have failed you. People don't see it. People don't see that it's a snake. I failed. Severed. The Nemesis Art Challenge? No, I think the basic idea of the Nemesis Art Challenge, which isn't mine, my challenge, it's Miguel's, Iglesias Miguel. He set it up. And the idea is just like a design challenge. You have an opponent, you match up with an opponent, and you design the counterpart of whatever the first person is designing, and then you swap. Right? So you draw this design in secret, and then on the deadline you present the design, and then it's to the other person to design the opponent, right? So each design character for each person, and then they design the opposite on the next round. So they kind of, so it's a way of pushing an IP. Rollomancer. That's interesting. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Glad to hear it. That because that's one of the things that have been my focus, or is definitely personally on a personal note, is one of my pillars. Which one of, like I said, is one of the reasons why I did this, or I do this rather. Ritas. Dead Snake. No, it's There's some boats down here, right? Please. Please understand my shitty drawing. It's a massive... Okay, now I see my mistake. It's a massive sea snake. It's kind of going through the water. And I messed up the drawing fully. And I understand now why it's a bit confusing. I need to dial back some stupidity here. Okay, now we see that curve better at least. For the new Dune movie, yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I'm looking forward to the new Dune movie, actually. I'm a big fan of the original. It's a really cool, weird world. Very quite Mobius. And I posted on Discord, I found the original pitch book for Dune from the 70s with Mobius and Geiger. Quite fascinating to have a look through. It's on under useful links on Discord. Severed. Yeah, I can do Photoshop. Show me. And then you see a idiot like me on Twitch, and they're like, maybe not. Hey Jorgzor, how's it going? Jodorowsky's Dune. Yeah. Oh yeah, that might be the art book actually on that I shared, not the original movie. Render faster, you think? Oh yeah. Oh, the cheese is real. The cheesy one-liners from Matrix, they're real. They're tangible. People, watch out. You think that's liquify you're using? Hilariously cheesy. Alright, let's give it a tone of bad weather. I'm thinking kind of deep low greens in the darkest part to kind of indicate the depths of the ocean. Ideally, we would have let's try this. Ideally, we'll have some sort of environmental fog in here because of all the water particles. Let's try. I'm gonna saturate it up and then desaturate it or shift it, just to try to kind of get a little bit of a some sort of difference, subtle difference at least. not sure I liked my moves here, so I need to repair it slightly. A little bit more contrast, a little bit less light perhaps. And then we need a little bit of different temperature there. This is a little bit more accurate. Dangerous. Danger, Mr. Robinson. Danger. Anyways, I'll do a last little tweak just to separate the snake from the water by doing that. And now everyone's like, oh, it's opening its mouth. Oh. Oh, so that's what he was drawing. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, that's the topic, Leviathan. Thanks for that. It was a fun topic. I would have liked to have spent a little bit more on it, and I would have liked to be a little bit more efficient. But it is what it is. What on earth are you doing, Photoshop? That's what ended up. This one turned into a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Who to raid? All right, we're gonna raid Kerosene. Hey, Coco the Duck. It is a random topic. It's set by the chat, which was the Leviathan. It's my 30-minute drawing on the random prompt. Okay, now the raid works. If you want to have your own topic, Coco the Duck, join in tomorrow at the same time, minus 30 minutes. It's a 30 minutes only stream. And give me your suggestion, and I'll draw it, most likely. Okay, have a good one, everybody. Good night. Have a great day. Practice social distancing. Stop coughing out. Stop breathing in. That cough. Stop coughing out disrespectfully. Cover your cough. Throw it in the bin. Be smart about it and respectful. Have a good one, everyone. See you tomorrow.